Hi, David Brooks here from Retire Smart. Today's video, we're talking about the job market. Maybe you're a few years away from retirement, 7, 8, 10 years, and you just don't like where you work. We've had this conversation with many clients over the years. So they look to the job market. Would it be worth it if I were to transition and work for someone else? Maybe it's a complete career change. Maybe it's working in the same industry just for a different employer. Whether you're just starting out in the job market, college grad, or an experienced employee out there, there are some things you need to take in consideration when you're considering making a change or applying for a new job. Now, the market has shifted drastically here in the recent months. After the pandemic of 2020, the job market was a very strange environment, and it was a little harder to entice people to come back to work because all the stimulus checks that were sent out via government programs. Again, not here to talk about those were good or bad, but the reality is people were staying home and they were not going to work. Well, to entice those people back, they were increasing wages aggressively. And a lot of people found that if they switched jobs, they were getting 7 or 8 or even 9 or 10% raises doing the same type of work, just doing it for a new employer. That is no longer the case. The job market has now flipped completely in the other direction, and it's now more in the employer's favor. Why? A lot of reasons. Well, the stimulus checks that we talked about, it's over $5 trillion, by the way, that was passed out over a 24-month period. Well, those dollars have run out. American savings have slid down aggressively, and now Americans have run out of savings. They don't have any more cash on the sidelines, so they're going to have to go back to work. That puts more competition for each job. On top of that, if we look at the JOLTS report, which is the job openings report that comes out every month, we've seen a massive decline in the amount of jobs being offered to people. And if you go on websites like Monster.com or Indeed.com, the job openings have decreased by over 1 million jobs in the last year. 1 million job openings just vanished. So that means there's more competition for the same job, and you may have to be willing to work for less money. Again, the job market is softening quite a bit. It's going to put it more in the employer's favor. So we don't want you to hastily switch jobs just because you think, I don't want to work here anymore, wherever that may be. You want to be really thoughtful and conscious in job decisions, because the other thing you don't want to do is make a bad decision, not like your new home, your new employment, wherever you're working, and then have to switch again, because then you're going to be labeled on your resume as a job hopper, a job switcher. And in rough economies, nobody wants to hire those type of people. They're going to look for people that have stability and can be long-term employees that can be productive for whatever company you may be working for. So if you're thinking about making a change, make sure you think about these things, look up this type of data before you go out, and make sure you know what you're worth. Hopefully this was helpful information. To watch other content, make sure you just click on the links here to watch any of these videos, like and subscribe, and ring the bell so we can notify you when new content is loaded.